It's obvious by the crowd today that Lola, my grandmother, was much loved by the community, that she touched many. She was a very special lady for all of us, and I just want to say thank you so much for coming out, first and foremost. Thank you for Father Pat for coming out. Many memories of us coming to church together included Father Pat and included his daily joke, which I always greatly enjoyed. I won't tell you a joke today, but I'll tell you some funny anecdotes about my grandmother. I've been thinking a lot lately about blessings in disguise. And when I was in middle school, my grandmother would drive me to school and into high school because where my mother and I's house was located, it was in the middle, and it was just easier for me to hitch a ride with my grandma. And I had to get up very early. I had to get up way too early, and I was always tired, I was always cranky, my stomach hurt, and I hated it at the time. I really disliked having to do that. But I then realized that I got to spend that extra half an hour with my grandmother. We got to listen to music in the car, talk about school and just life. And I look back on that with fond memories that I got to have that time with her, even though at the time it was cold and early. But my grandmother was always full of life. She was a member here at this parish for 25 plus years. Back when it was at the little hamburger shop down the street there, she sold tickets for the fiesta. So many of you knew her through that, knew her through church. She was a proctor at Serrano for 30 plus years. And she used to take such pride in the fact that multiple generations passed through that school. She used to tell stories of, well, I know your father, but he was a rambunctious 17-year-old causing trouble and in the dean's office, and lo and behold, here you are. And everybody loved her over there. I was recently going through some of her old yearbooks, and there wasn't enough pages in the yearbooks to fill up all the wonderful, amazing comments and stories and jokes and little doodles that people would give her. Every year, hundreds of students loved my grandma. She loved doing things through the church. We would go on our trips to State Line and gamble and play games and not gamble, I mean pray. On the bus. And she loved going to my cousin Kelsey's ballet and seeing her perform there, and she was so prideful of that. She loved all the sports that my other cousin Connor was into, whether it be baseball or riding motorcycles, and she would put on her little outfit and go to that. In recent years, she would go to the car shows that Shannon Knights would put on. She just loved life. Just another brief story really quickly that she got to come out and visit me when I was out in Rome. And it was so amazing that she got to visit a different country and to see all the beauty out there and all the pictures and the architecture and just get out of the country, and it was just a dream come true for her. But it was so funny that we would go see these amazing things, and she'd go, yeah, that beautiful church is interesting, and oh, I like that statue, but I saw a gelato over there. Can we get the gelato? But grandma, there's the Sistine Chapel. It's literally, yeah, but the gelato is right over there. And someone told me recently that, my grandma was simple. And when I first heard that, got a little defensive, but then I realized that she enjoyed the simple things in life. She enjoyed laughter and love and being kind to people. And that really spoke in volume for the people that loved her. And she was never too busy to stop and smell the roses or enjoy a dessert or the little things in life. And really that's a lesson for all of us to remember to enjoy those desserts, remember to enjoy time together. Speaking on blessings in disguise, our close family friend named Leanne had a son named Dylan. And over these past 2 years, they came and lived with my grandma. I was there for a bit as well. And I don't have children. One day, so he sort of became my pseudo-nephew, my pseudo-son. And he became my grandma's pseudo-great-grandchild. And they spent so much time together. And they had a special little language and a special little nuance to everything that they did. And he brought her so much joy in these past 2 years that she got to play with him. And I saw her liven up. These are tough times for everybody, but it took 10 years off of her life, or gave her 10 years, I guess, being around him and playing with him. And that's what hurts me the most, is that we have a lifetime of memories with Lola. And I hope he has enough memories for his little lifetime. But I just want to put out something for all of us to keep in mind, is that, so much of what we don't do is because of fear masquerading as practicality. And we really have, at the end of the day, 2 choices. We can choose a path of fear, or we can choose a path of love. And my grandma, she always chose the path of love. Always. Always kindness, always love. She was easygoing. If it was hot outside, it didn't matter. If it was cold outside, it didn't matter. She was always up for adventure, always up for travel or food or whatever it may be. She just went with the flow. So I just ask all of us to remember her that way, and maybe we can live our lives that way, choosing a path of love and choosing a path of adventure, just enjoying life. So I know that we'll see my grandma again. I know that deep down in my heart that she's appreciative of all you being here, and she's with us today in this room. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I love my grandma. Thank you.